So you guys just seen what I posted or at the beginning about the farmers. I'm going to show you something. All right, so here's a field that I actually have to go outside and let you experience the wind for yourselves. Look at this. All right, it is floods all up in the fields. Look at that. I mean, this is tilled, okay? This is the only piece of land that got tilled in this area. Okay, this is the neighbors. Not one person has planted. They have all got rained out in their fields. Okay, now I want to show you something over here. Nothing. They haven't even got a chance to touch the fields. Indiana is one of the corn states that provides most food for cereals and for cows and cattle. And the wind here has been 50 miles an hour. We've probably had 2 good days this year where I could physically sit outside for maybe a half hour and then the wind picked up. Something is not right. I'm telling you, famine is getting ready to come, and at the end of this 40 days, I think right now this is just a taste of what's coming. I mean, just a little bit. People have no idea what is about to happen, and I believe once this 40 days is up, that's when it's really, really going to start taking place, because this weather's not going to let up. This is the, the 7 years of the plenty and 7 years of the skinny. And we're entering into that time. We're in this timing. We're in this season that, bad things are happening. And they're going to continue to get worse. Even the birds are acting weird. There's certain birds that used to be here and they're gone. My animals are acting weird too. I don't know. I just can't explain it. Just so much is happening. And I feel sorry for these farmers. But you know what? One of the farmers I was really good friends with, and I told him about what's coming, and they don't listen. So if this doesn't tell you about the judgments, the holding back of the 4 winds, imagine when he lets loose. Yeah. So I'll see you guys there in the air. God bless.
It's going to get to a point here by the end of the year where they're going to say, we have enough grain and food left to feed you or to feed these animals. Which would you like? And so obviously they're going to say people, and they're going to start to slaughter all of the animals or let them die or whatever it may be. And those are going to become luxuries like caviar. And then they're going to use that food shortage, as they are already starting to do right now in Iran, to implement a digital ID, which is required in order for you to go and either get food stamps or go to a bread line or whatever to get food. And that's going to start to roll out everywhere.
Anybody seen what's going on in France? It seems like X is the only one putting this information out. You don't see it on any news or anything. Grocery stores in France and Belgium, they're completely empty because the farmers have had enough of this. This is how you fight against these climate lunatics. You take the food off their table, then what are they going to do? What are they going to eat? You start putting all these regulations on the farmers, and then the supermarkets, they don't want to lower the prices. So they're going to have the farmers eat all the cost of all this? Farmers are also blocking main highways with trucks and tractors and dumping manure and trash in front of the banks and the police stations. Farmers say that these regulations lead to unfair competition. Distributors and supermarkets, they don't want to lower their price. So once again, the farmers are going to eat the cost of this, and they're working 15 hours a day, busting their ass.
Shalom. Starting off, when they give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, who will learn this truth from, and Shalom to the elect out there. Today's title of this lesson will be Famine, Food Shortages. And this goes out to you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. Once again, today's title of this lesson will be Famine, Food Shortages. And as you see, I have an image pulled up of men fighting over food, pieces of meat, beans, fish, whatever. And this is going to be a reality of America soon. You've seen in 3 videos I played, America's facing a famine, a food shortage. This devil, Esau Edom, he's weakening the food supply. He wants everybody to be dependent on him because he wants total control. There's a lot of extreme weather wreaking havoc on crops. And in England, it said they're experiencing these large amounts of rainfall. And a lot of farmers have been saying that they're unable to get crops All the fields have been flooding. The farmers are struggling to grow crops worldwide due to the extreme weather. And we know there's this thing called, is a weather modification called cloud seeding. And also they use that in Dubai. It causes more rain to come down, an increase in the rain to fall down, you see? And so either or, if it's man-made or orchestrated, we know it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, the Lord is doing all this. You see, and sooner or later, this is going to be the reality. People are going to be fighting over scraps of food, what's left over. Chaos, havoc, cannibalism is come back in a big way, you see? So Babylon the Great, which is known as America, this place circling down the drain. Once you take the food away, once these people's stomachs start hitting their back, then we go see how people really act. That primal way, a primal vibe is going to take place. And we're seeing all these things play out before our time. We're seeing World War III brewing up. We see a lot of disease. We're hearing about a lot of this bird flu coming about, another pandemic. Then you got disease X in the background. So we're in a great prophetic time. A lot of prophetic things are happening. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is but to do great and miraculous things for his elect coming in times we're coming into, because we're coming in some dark times, a time of tribulation, a time of mourning, suffering, you see? But Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is going to protect us in times we're coming into. And we all facing a famine, which is food shortages, you see? So let's dive into some precepts. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 22. And it reads, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. You see, I'm going to read that again. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. When you go into sown places, that's the farming. These storehouses soon is going to be reality where we're going to wake up one day and we're going to go into a grocery store. The shelves are going to be completely empty. There's going to be no food left. Nothing for you to buy, nothing for you to eat. Whatever is in your house, that's what you're going to have to deal with. And we know all these doomsday purpose of preparing themselves, trying to put matters to their own hands, saving up, stocking up, saving all type of ammo, medical supplies, increase a lot of food stock. But we know the Lord is going to provide for us in the days. It's a good thing that we could put stash stuff here and there. But we know Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to provide for us. We might not be able to eat in a couple of days. We might not even have shelter. We might be moving place to place. But the Lord said, don't doubt. He will be our guide in the times we come into. He will provide for his elect. And the servants will eat. And the servants will drink. But we know the Lord is sending plagues upon this place. Famine is come back in a big way. And we're seeing there's a lot of talk about the food short. These farmers are complaining about it's not a good look. We're in a bad position for crops, food coming in these storehouses. And we know we're coming upon a time where suddenly all the food, everything, all these delicacies not going to be on the shelves anymore. Everything's going to be empty. And then we will see how people really react. We're going to see beasts come about. We already know the heart of men is waxing cold. So how much more when there's no food left? Let's keep going. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. We'll start at verse 12. And it reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim al-Shai shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn. And who tills the ground? These farmers. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail with a fearful constellation. And we're seeing all this land and these farms that these people have. There's a lot of floods flooding the crops out. They can't grow their crops. They can't bring in a good harvest. I was reading one article that said the potatoes just keep dying. They can't get the carrots or celery and so much produce that we need, that the people need. They just can't grow it because the farmland keep getting rained out, flooded out. And like I say, either it's designed, it's weather modification or cloud seeding, which bring a lot of rain in. What we all know is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord says he will bring these plagues upon this place. And we know we are in this time. And we've seen everything play out before our eyes. So we have to get prepared for these things. People are going to bug out once they find out there's no more food to eat. You see, they're going to be a lot of bug out. And you see all these apocalyptic movies, these scenes where they show people eating each other, killing each other for scraps of food. That's going to play out in real-time reality. This is what's to come to America, which is Babylon the Great. The Lord is destroying this place from the inside out. And we are seeing this. We are approaching a great time of tribulation. Jacob's trouble, a time never seen before, we are coming into. And the Lord speaks of these things to come. And we read these scriptures and we constantly sound along for these things that are coming. You see, so let's keep going. It's 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 21. And it reads, behold, victuals. And what is victuals going to? Food, gas, different goods shall be so cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Let's keep going. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And what does famine get through? Starvation, a lack of food. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And what is the sword? The modern day gun, these weapons. Because these people going to go crazy. They're going to wreak havoc looking for food, going house to house, looking for goods, resources, things that they need, that they crave. And we know it will come upon this time, which leads to my next scripture. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 19, and it reads, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see? So Lord just said what's going to happen. The man not gonna have no pity. He's not going to care if he was your close friend back in the day. He's not going to care if he was a neighbor, your co-worker, or so forth. If he's hungry, if that stomach hitting that back, the Lord clearly said what these people are going to do. These people true colors are going to come out slaying you, killing your family, your kids, raping your wife, ravishing is going to take place. Then they're going to move house to house. We're coming upon some dark times. These are times we're coming into. You so-called Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, take heed to this wisdom, knowledge, understanding that's going on right now. Take heed to the warnings the men of the Lord are prophesying day in and day out, warning you of these impending dangers to come. Because we are right on the brink of these things that are about to happen. And the Lord is clearly making the signs of what he's about to do. He's clearly making he's showing us the route of you to take things to. Let's keep going. This is Matthew, chapter 24, and we can start at verse 6. And it reads, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. You see how the Lord keeps saying famines? The Lord making it known. He keeps repeating himself, famines, famines, famines. Because this is the time we're coming into. And pestilences, these diseases. We're hearing all about this bird flu, the measles. Also, I'm hearing stuff about this Marburg virus. So we've seen a lot of diseases come about. Pestilences, disease X is in the corner somewhere, We're facing another pandemic. The hokey poke is going to come into place again. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are beginning of sorrows. And yes, great sorrows, great mournings, great tribulations about to come upon the people. A lot of people about to give up the ghost. A lot of people return cold. Got a lot of Jasons and Freddys and Michael Myers walking around here, waiting, ready to kill, rob, loot, ravish. These are times we're coming into great sorrows, great pain, great suffering. Let's dive in to my next scripture, which is, I'm going to end it off on this one because, this is a rebellious house we are dealing with. These so-called, these Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, which is the true Hebrew Israelite Holy Bible. They just don't listen. They say, oh, America, we're in a good case. We are good. This is a lovely place. All that stuff y'all talk is nonsense. That's not going to happen. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. The Lord says what's going to happen. The scriptures say what's going to happen in end days, real time. Let's read on. I have the KJV version and the NLT for better understanding. So let's keep on. It says, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? NLT, son of man, you've heard that proverb they quote in Israel, time passes and prophecies come to nothing. You see? And these people, these 2/3 still going about their daily life, still worrying about these lavish lifestyles, still worrying about this chasing a bag, all this eating at fancy restaurants, all this fine dining is about to come to end. These prophecies are coming out and speaking. They hopping off the pages. 2/3 of our people marking, saying that's not going to happen. This prophecy is not going to happen. That's not going to happen 10 years. That's going to happen 20 years, 30 years from now. I know it's going to happen right now. We're in the times. We're in the end times. And we're seeing all the times. How do you know we're in the end times? We've seen all these prophecies line up. We know the MOTB is near. Persecution of the saints is coming. Jacob's trouble is at the door. And we know the end all be all what they want to do. They want total control. This digital prison they want everybody in. This digital infrastructure, they want everybody digital slaves. The grain of rice, which is what the RFID microchip, the badge of servitude. They want everybody to be monitored. This goes also in the biometrics. They want to track you, track all your movements, track your payments. Where have you been? What have you been doing? This is what they want to do. And these prophecies are lining up. But 2/3 of people stay mocking, saying, no, these are not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But it's clearly so that these things will happen. Let's read it again. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Well, we know this vision, these prophecies, they're not going to fail, because there will come a time where we'll wake up. There's no food in the stores. A famine will hit, and it will know a prophet have been among them. You see? So keep praying, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for a stronger faith to keep you in the path of righteousness anytime you come into for that hedge of protection. You know, that defense. You know the Lord is going to provide for his elect, because we're coming in some dark times. But we know the Lord will provide for his elect. The servants will eat, and the servants will drink in the times we're coming into. You see? So I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time I say, Shalom.